Joining me now, Leah Garces, with an incredible organization, Compassion in World Farming. Why do you feel, Leah, that live animal transport is a global problem?
Well, Jane, as it turns out, there are millions of animals that are transported live from one farm to another farm across the world. And we believe strongly that this trade could easily be exchanged for either a meat-only trade or, in the case of these breeding cattle that were sent from Texas to Russia, in a trade in sperm and ovaries. There's no reason for this trade to happen.
Well, the questions we posed to the USDA did result in some answers, because my understanding is that, correct me if I'm wrong, Leah, the USDA has to sign off on any ship leaving with animals to go to a foreign country.
That is correct. Veterinary Service from USDA have to approve the health and wellness and well-being of these animals and the ship before they are allowed to leave our shores.
All right, so will this ship in question be transporting more animals? The USDA tells us no, at least not for now. In a statement, the USDA said this vessel will not be reapproved for transport of additional livestock by the USDA until we have been assured that appropriate measures have been taken to prevent future problems. Now, they won't speculate further, except the USDA does note that live cattle exports have increased dramatically to Russia. They call it a growing market. Now, here's the thing, Leah. I'm upset because did this have to happen? It's not like you put a boat out to sea and there's no communication like the 19th century. There's many ways to communicate with a boat. I believe that the USDA should have monitored this boat and every other boat with these helpless sentient beings on it for every second of the trip. We must bear witness, and we can take action. These animals are helpless, and so many of them, millions of them, transported in boats across seas. Who is looking out for them? If you want to get involved, you can go to Compassion in World Farming. That's CIWF.org. They also have a Facebook page, Compassion in World Farming, or go to my homepage or my Facebook. We will take you there. These animals are voiceless. They cannot defend themselves. They are completely forgotten. And they have the same feelings that your dog or cat have. Now, was this latest case with a ship that went from Texas reportedly to Russia a disaster waiting to happen? Russian authorities and this organization I'm talking to today, Compassion in World Farming, have questioned whether the manure removal and ventilation system was working on the ship. Leah, explain to us how these animals, obviously, they produce manure. They've got to be cared for. They've got to be fed. They've got to be watered. And the manure has to be removed. And there has to be ventilation.
Yeah, that's right. And from what we understand, the manure removal and ventilation system stopped working. So these animals, potentially, the ones that died on board, died of the ammonia fumes from their own manure. And you can see in these horrific photos the animals nearly drowning in their own manure. So something should have been done. Why someone didn't manually remove the manure, I don't know. Why the ship didn't call for help.
But the bigger issue is that this is a horror. And I think that we as a civilized society need to step in and say, no, we do not put animals on a boat without making sure that they are well cared for.